in control for the rest of the game after that, and that was pretty special for us. And only having 7 turnovers, I think 1 in the second half, that was major for us.
Coach, you had a season low of 7 turnovers. What kind of contributed to that?
I think that understanding what we wanted, understanding that their game plan and how they were going to play us in the pick and roll, watching lots of the film that we had from last game up there, even though it was earlier in the season, kind of had a better understanding of what we wanted, and then saw what they've done their last 3 or 4 games. So the guys were more comfortable and knew that this was a big game that we needed, and they locked in.
Penny, with everything that unfolded yesterday, a lot of teams could have folded themselves. What do you think you came out and proved today, or what message did you send?
That we're going to keep going no matter what. We're just going to keep fighting and scrapping. I mean, nothing's going to stop us from understanding what we're trying to do, and we're going to keep pushing. This is a family, and we've supported each other through everything that we've gone through this year, so we're not going to stop right now.
Hey, Penny, you get off to another slow start, but your team recovered great, quick on the defense. At one point, you had them down 16%. What is it about your defense that forces the other team to shoot so poorly?
I think it's just the game plan the game plans that we come up with. We understand the strengths and weaknesses of each player, and we try to put their best players in the worst positions that we can, and that's what usually happens with our game plans. And hadn't worked every time every game, but for the majority, our defense, the first initial part of the play, we're stopping it. It's just about offensive rebounding. But what happens is we just lock in on the game plan, and the game plans have just been really good. We attack the weaknesses of the other teams.
Right here, in those first few minutes, we were already getting fist pumps from you and a lot of excitement. Was that just a reflection of how important this game was?
Absolutely. I mean, I know I'm not as animated during a lot of games, but the competitive side comes out, and it's like now we're putting ourselves in a hole. I'm more animated now, but it's just who I am as a player. As a coach, I guess I just get locked in on just trying to think the game and seeing the game, and I'm not celebrating enough. And here lately, with understanding how important these wins are, it's just coming out naturally.
Coach over here, what do you think of Tyler's right here?
Okay.
What do you think of Tyler's performance, and did you see his attempt to turn around on that 3 and walk away?
I mean, his performance was huge. I mean, like I said, Tyler Harris was built for big moments. He's been that way since he was young, and I did not see him turn around on the 3. Did he make that 3? Did he turn around? Okay, well, I don't want to see it. Sorry.
Coach, do you have any special memory or anything that stick out about coaching Isaiah Maurice this time that he's been here?
Well, I mean, Isaiah has been a kid that has given us everything that he's had. He's been injured a lot this year. He has a knee problem and has tried to fight through it and has been so positive with the team. But the memories I have, he's just a great kid. And for him to graduate while he's been here, that's a huge accomplishment. And, hopefully we can help him get to his dream of either playing overseas or something like that, because I think his career is still going to go forward.
Penny over here. How strange was it not to be able to shake hands with the other team after the game?
It was weird because I walked towards them, and then they walked that way, and I was like, oh, I forgot. But a couple of the coaches and a couple of players still shook hands, but it was just natural to want to do it, and it was really weird not doing it for sure.
Did they tell you before the game that you weren't?
Yeah, they said not to do it.
Okay.
Hey, Coach, with all the ups and downs and highs and lows for the season, you put yourself in a position you can win on Sunday. You're in 4th place. How much credence do you give that to be in a position to control your own fate and not have to worry about somebody else?
Well, I mean, we wanted to control our own fate from the very beginning, but obviously we had some things that happened. Injuries was a big part of it, and some self-inflicted wounds as well in conference. And it's so tough to win this conference, but to be put back into a situation where you can win at Houston and have a first-round bye in the tournament, and that win to me gets you in the NCAA tournament, I think that's all you can wish for what we've gone through this year.
Update on Damian.
He re-injured his thumb and didn't feel like he could dribble or shoot. He just decided not to aggravate it anymore, and hopefully we'll get him ready before the game against Houston.
And with what you have coming this weekend and then the next week with these big games, what confidence does a performance like this late in the season with these stakes, what do you think it gives this team, or is it still the type of thing where you know, sometimes there's been trouble replicating these good performances during the year. Do you think this is like getting over the hump? Did this feel like that?
I think, you know, with only one game left, I think the guys are just kind of learning and have gone through so much that they're learning how to finish games and push games away, and nothing is going to surprise them. Like, it's the second time around for Houston, who is a very good team. They understand going into the game what needs to happen, and it's just the experience that's kind of taught us and taught them to know how to handle these situations. So yeah, the experience of the season has taught us how to do this, and then coming into tonight's game with an impressive win gives us the confidence of going into Houston for sure.
Coach, talking about the confidence going into Houston, you guys already able to beat them once. I mean, how hard is it gonna be to beat them twice and at their place this time?
Well, they lost tonight at UConn, and I know Coach Sampson is gonna be fired up. They didn't need any more motivation against us after losing here, but losing the game at UConn, they're gonna go back home, their fans are gonna be fired up, they're gonna be fired up, but we gotta find a way to get it done.
And I'm sure it's a relief to, like, sort of use that do you use that as a distraction from everything else, that, like, when you can solely focus on the game? Is that like a way for you to?
That's the way we've always done it, really. I mean, with everything that's happened with James earlier and everything that's happened, we always used the games as the outlet, used the practices as the outlet, and it really hadn't gotten the best of us, and that's saying a lot, because to be in the media every day early on in the season, you know, the guys locked in, and right now we're locked in.
Any other questions?
Thank you.